Hello guys, just gonna do a quick audio test before we start the stream. Hello guys, it's all working then, so I'll go ahead and get ourselves into the game here. I'll get my overlay working, and we can go ahead and, no, not the overlay, the FSX ATC, make sure it's in the right place. There we go. And yeah, cool. That all set up then. Just quickly get everything turned on that we want turned on. And I forgot there's no switch to turn it over to GPS, is there, on this thing? So, at least I don't think there is. No, so we'll go ahead and do that in this switch here, look. Over to GPS in case we need the GPS today. Everything's all working then, we've got full flight controls and all that. So, get flaps 1 set, ready for takeoff. Get us up to 6,000. And then we'll plan 2 days flight. So today, this is the final stream, the very last stream. Actually, I need to get changed. So there we go. That now says the right thing. And yeah, today will of course be the last stream of this Hawaii Vfr tour, and I have decided we are going to continue this VFR series. I really like doing it. It's some more laid-back flight simming that I really enjoy doing. You know, it's something perfect to do on a Wednesday evening at 7 PM. It's absolutely perfect just to sit back, relax. So tomorrow I will be checking which tour we're going to be doing, and I will let you guys know in a video that's coming out. Well, I don't know when it'll come out yet, but it'll be a video that comes out at some point, basically saying what I'm planning to do with the VFR tour series. Another thing I can certainly tell you guys, we are planning to use a different aircraft. I'm planning to use a different aircraft for tour number 3 of this series. Obviously, tour number 1 was the Alpine Valleys, and then when we really started doing this weekly, that was this tour that really captured that. I got a schedule going and all the rest of it. My channel's become a lot more organised, and obviously here we are on week 9 of that. Here we are, stream number 9 of the Hawaii VFR tour. We're there, we've made it. So today we are flying from Hilo International to Bradshaw Air Force Base, and then from there we're flying down to Kamuela. We've got a 30-mile hop, which is this one, and then a 15-mile hop. Not very long flights at all, these. Oh boy. But they might be disrupted, obviously. Our destination airport is actually at 6,000 feet, as we are today heading over these worrying sort of volcanoes, and then PHMU, that's where we're finishing off today, so heading down there, and then that way. So we'll have to try and gain a lot of altitude here and avoid the peaks of these hills for us to successfully make it on this flight. So 10,000 feet I'm going to set. Is there any way for me to view terrain? I honestly don't know how to look around, that's the problem. I don't think you can look around, can you? I don't know how to look around, so... Oh, wow, I accidentally did a little waypoint there. We'll delete that. So, the aim for us today, I would like to sort of avoid this bit of terrain here. So we'll do it manually, obviously. I'm not going to bother putting in I didn't even know you could actually do that, so maybe in future VFR streams, I will do that, so I can sort of keep track of what we're doing a bit better. But today, no waypoints. So yeah, that is the plan for today. Flight time should be about, it's 28 miles, 6,200 feet, obviously, so I'm going to set a cruise altitude for now of 10,000. Right, Alpine, no, Hawaii VFR tour. These are all the flights we've done. Look at that. Save that. Great. So this can go right up to 10,000. I might have to do more than that later anyway. I don't know how this is going to work out. Now, the plane's all set up. I had it fueled already. Look, 55% fuel. So I'll bring up the GPS. I will bring that over there. Obviously, it's going to have to be on terrain mode today. It's always on terrain mode, but today it's that little bit more important. I can't even have the plane. No, am I just being crazy? Well, whatever. Right, request taxi departing straight out. I've already started Skytrack, so let's turn on our engines. And we can get ourselves out of here. We're taxiing down to runway 26. How long's our taxi then? Is it going to be that really long one like last time? Okay, I'm hoping it won't be this long. Like, we'll have to see. Right, we're taxiing back now, and then we'll contact town when we're a bit close. Obviously, this is a pretty busy, it's a pretty big airport. It's not massive. There's no aviation traffic like commercial. It's all GA at the moment. Right, here we are parked up. Actually, first thing, altitude on and autopilot like that. Possibly I can hear another plane. I don't know why. Possibly I can hear another GA plane moving about the place. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising, but it's quite rare you actually see the GA planes moving in this game. They're not active that often. Right, away we go then. And let's see what we can do for the final leg of this VFR tour. Now, I did plan, as I said, and I can't remember whether I told you guys what I was planning for the end of this VFR tour. I was planning to take a week off the tours and fly into St. Bart's, which is the airport with the crazy hill. But as I said, I tested it out because I knew how unreliable FSX scenery was, and didn't have that hill. And I did look around for some decent St. Bart's scenery and installed it, and it totally messed up the airport on my other PC. So I didn't want to try that on this PC. It's a weird bug with the scenery. Fly Tampa, I think it was, did do a St. Martin, Sabre, and St. Martin, Sabre, which is another small airfield in the area, and St. Bart's pack for like £30, but I didn't really want to do that, and it might lag out the game. So in the end, I decided to leave that. The other thing I had planned, maybe flying to Barra Airport, which is all sand, but that wasn't really effective in this game. So one thing maybe I was looking at as well, maybe doing some seaplane operations. We might see if we can do that. It looks like we have got the long taxi here. We're in for the long haul. Oh boy. The taxi's longer than the flight. That's what's even more funny about this. It's just silly. We're taxiing for longer than we are flying on these flights. But oh well. It's such a big airfield, this, and it's got 2 runways, and it's just so quiet. I was hoping to select a parking spot in that area of the airport, but I guess I messed up on that one. Oh well. I was hoping it would be using a different runway as well, but oh well, it's what we got. Actually, I haven't set the altimeter yet either, so I press B. There you go, that sets the altimeter to what it should be. I love that feature about FSX. Just press B and it does it for you. You know, especially in an aircraft like this where it's quite hard to tell what it's set to. Great. You know, just press B, done. And because it changes so often, and ATC don't tell you as well, that's quite important too. So it's good to know. It's great that it's a feature. I said, I don't know, I wasn't sure which parking ramp it would be. Whether I would be parking down there, look, where you can see. I'm pretty sure that is GA traffic. I don't think it's an airline, however, I might be wrong. In fact, just to settle that, I will search World of AI, WOAI, and go to airport and type in PHTO. Nope, it's GA definitely, because airlines that service here, Transair, which is apparently it doesn't exist anymore, so I haven't got that installed. Hawaiian Airlines, which that is not part of, and FedEx. So, and FedEx didn't exist either because they're split into multiple parts now. However, I think that's a shorts. Interesting, because apparently the only things that fly here are 402s, Gulfstream 3s, and Gulfstream 4s. So I'm quite interested by that. So it's not GA, but it's not Hawaiian Airlines. Maybe it's part of Transair, but the reason the pack's not available, maybe it merged. I don't know. I can't search individual planes. I can only search airports, unfortunately. Otherwise, I probably would have a look. So that, I think it actually might be commercial air traffic. Just maybe not entirely sure. Right, we're taxiing along here at only 13 knots, actually. So I'll bring in a bit more, because it's the world's slowest taxi. Unfortunately. So we're taxiing along here. Looks like the altimeter has changed. There we go. Because I was looking at the overlay and said we're at 31 feet. No, we weren't. We're at 41 feet. Yeah, taxiing along here, pretty good. As I said, this is going to be the last flight I'm going to spend either tonight or tomorrow looking at what our next tour will be. I'm very excited for that. I don't know what tour. I remember thinking about the Portuguese tour before I decided on this one. I also looked at the Swedish one. However, I don't think I wanted to do the Swedish one in the end. So I have got some interesting sort of plans. I don't know. I'll have to plan what exactly it is I want to do. But it'll be interesting whatever we do. Maybe, all I can tell you guys, I'm going to be in a different aircraft. I'm not going to tell you guys which aircraft. It's a default aircraft from FSX. They're always going to be default ones because we like to keep this nice and laid back and simple. We could go and buy a Cessna or something from Coronado, but even though they're even not that complicated, I like the simplistic feel of just, you know, your bog standard FSX, GSX, your FSX GA plane. Really, they are pretty decent planes, these, as they are the ones that come with the game. They are still pretty detailed, as you can see. We have things like the battery, the avionics, we have all sorts of radios, we have an included GPS that works with ILS approaches. You know, it's not by far a simple plane, but it's a simple plane, if you see what I mean. It's very simple to fly, but it isn't simply made. This taxi, seriously, we pushed off the gate 7 minutes ago, is what our block time has been reading. It's a joke. Such a large airport, this. I don't know why it's so big. We're only taxiing at 20 knots, I guess, but, like, wow. It's like Amsterdam Airport, but, like, way smaller, but just as large. But seriously, though, I don't know why this airport that serves almost no planes is this busy. It's just, no, not this busy. What am I on about? That sentence made zero sense. Why it's this large. It's, you know, got 2 runways and massive taxiways. It's probably because of where the terminals are. And a lot of airports, the terminals tend to be in the middle. Think Bilbao as a good example. You have the runway on either side, and then in the middle there's a nice little terminal. Bilbao is actually one of my favourite airports in this game. You know, the approach, that arced approach into the mountains, absolutely lovely. I always fly into there with the A320. You never fly in there with any other plane, in or out. And then obviously once you land, you've got the nice little terminal with a few gates, and I don't know what it is. It's a nice airport. I also flew into Oviedo off camera a few weeks ago, and the gates there are like facing backwards, and it makes a really nice looking sort of airport. Right, let's request takeoff. We've been cleared for takeoff. I don't know why we need to go full length on the runway, thinking about it. We probably just got to taxi there and still got off in time, but you know, that's how the FSX ATC works. It always wants you to go full length. pretty much. Right. Onto the runways. And then we're going to go ahead and park up, lines up with the runway. And 40% on the throttle. Start my clock. Full power. Make sure the QNH is accurate. Right, away we go. For the first flight today, it's just a straight out departure, no turning after departure at all. Right, there's 80 knots, that's above our stall speed. It's basically V1. And rotate. Technically, a plane like this wouldn't really have much in the way of a V1, because a V1 means... We're all on a short runway, but on a runway like that, V-rotate would come first. Right, gear up. Because V1 is the point of no return. It means you have to take off. You can't brake after V1. You can't do a rejected takeoff. If you guys don't know what V1 means, that's basically what it means. So, obviously, a plane like that would be able to stop more than halfway down the runway. But by that point, we are, you know, already in the air. So, you know, V1 technically doesn't... It's not that it doesn't exist, it's just that it's not really relevant. Why are we going so slowly? We're only doing 108 knots. I think... Oh, the vertical speed's a bit higher than I had originally thought. Right. In comes the autopilot. Down to 800 sort of feet per minute. We'll be climbing most of the flight now to try and get prepped for those mountains later on. We'll be able to contact our next airport immediately, as it is 27 miles away, so no need to go on to the centre for that. And there we go, we are on course and flying. Estimated arrival time in about 10 minutes. Yeah, the streams are now a lot longer thanks to that. It's 18 minutes in, look. Then just got off the ground because of that massive airport. Absolute nightmare. But oh well, it was very fun. But again, that sentence made no sense. It's a nightmare, but it's fun. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Right, nearest airport list. We are looking for Bradshaw Air Force PHSF. So we'll go ahead and contact them. They have a tower, okay. Request full stop landing. Didn't know they'd have that. I didn't think they were that big an airport, but okay. Runway 27 we've been given, which is bang on where we're heading now. And altimeter is 3006, we'll set that. Cool. Well, I'll go ahead and get oh, there's no approaches, never mind, can't do that then. So we'll have to do it all visually, but we're currently heading 260. So it's pretty much exact with what we're currently facing. Just got to get up that altitude, really. That's what's important in this flight, is to get up the altitude by the time we reach the hills. That's what we really want to do here, is just basically climb faster than the hills. That might be quite difficult. That's the thing. I mean, for now, I'm going to sit here at a steady 800 feet per minute. I might need to rate that up a little bit later, possibly. I do like doing these streams. Like, I mean, I was looking at the stream views, and this last 3 weeks has confirmed to me. I was looking at the last 3 weeks, and I was thinking, oh wow, you know, all of the views have been above 15 at least, above 20 in a lot of cases, and I'm thinking, yeah, wow, it's amazing. I mean, I'm looking at the Vfr streams, and I've seen 7, and 3, and 5, and I'm like, what? But it's a shame. You know, maybe it's because they're shorter streams. Maybe I need to write down what airports I'm visiting in the title to get more interest. I don't know. I'm not an expert on YouTubing. I'd hardly say I'm close to it, but for some reason, even though it's, you know, at 7 PM, which personally I mean, I'd think that was, you know, peak time for people in the UK, which is where most of my audience comes from, at least according to analytics, unless they're wrong, but I doubt it, you know. So it is a little bit odd that I don't get many views. We've had like 2-3 playbacks on this stream so far, so it's a bit odd. I don't know why that is, but I hope you guys do like this series, because I love doing it. Obviously, it's not... I mean, really, I am a sort of YouTuber. If people don't like the content, maybe I'm not the right channel for you. Like the person you remember came on the stream to Bologna and was like, oh, do you want to do a fly, like, do you want to fly together? I'm like, no, because I'm the sort of person who likes flying. I fly how I want to fly, and if you enjoy my content, you enjoy my content. If you don't, well, if it's a quality issue or something like that, I'm happy to sort it out. But if you're not into flight simming or you're not into VFR flying, well, I can't change that. So there's always content on YouTube for everybody. Right, this is that massive volcano. I'm pretty sure it's a volcano because it's Hawaii. Hawaii's full of volcanoes, isn't it? But I'll have to try and avoid it. Remember, once we're above 6,200 feet, that means we're safe to land at our destination airport, okay? Which is why I set 10,000. 10,000 should be okay as an altitude, hopefully. Obviously, the terrain is now getting increasingly closer to us, which does worry me a little bit. We're currently 16 miles away from our sort of final point, and we're not climbing that quickly. I mean, we're not meant to be climbing that quickly. We are being quite relaxed with it, but it does mean that sort of, well, yeah, I'm getting closer to the terrain. I'm hoping that the terrain, I think it's leveling out a bit. The altimeter keeps changing. It keeps changing all the time. It must be like higher altitude, the different terrain in the area maybe. But we're probably going to have to avoid parts of this volcano, because just behind there is where the airport is, and I'm going to have to steer away if that's the case. Right, 1,200 feet per minute. I'm going to climb a bit more rapidly now. This does mean that I'm going to lose a bit of speed, unfortunately, but it's what I'm going to have to do to make sure. So once we pass like 6,100, remember that's like our destination airport altitude. So that means we are, we're good enough to come out the other end, which is nice, but we need to go all the way up this, which is obviously a little bit difficult. I don't know what the angle of the, look, we're going to hit this now, aren't we? We're going to hit the terrain. I'm not realising it, but I think we are somehow, because the terrain is rising quicker than we can do anything about. Right, up to 1,500 feet per minute, come on. I should have gone 1,000 feet per minute the whole time. Probably would have helped us a little bit. Yeah, we are losing quite a bit of speed here because of the rapid climbing. This altimeter is changing all the time. It was 3006, look, when we took off. 3024 now. Only been in the air 8 minutes. Don't know how it changes that quickly. But yeah, this rapid slowdown has sort of helped us gain the altitude, which is nice. However, obviously it has put a little bit of a sort of issue on us. In terms of, it's obviously quite nice to have a bit of a faster route than this. We're only cruising at 120 knots now, thanks to this. I think we're going to have to avoid this peak here. That little teeny peak looks a little bit too much for us. We're going to have a right trouble descending from 6,000 feet for this next airport. Because I think the next airport is right on the coast again, and this one's obviously high in the mountains. Yeah, I mean, this is what's nice, is this is like the most interesting leg we've done probably so far, and obviously we've found, well, it's the last string, it's the perfect time to have it. Right, down to 9,000 feet. I think we can hold it out at 9,000. Because it'll give us a little bit less to descend later on. Because we've cleared the main patch now. So we're okay. Right, this thing's going to start gaining some speed again, hopefully. We're down to 90 knots now, so we're approaching stall speed, actually. I didn't realise it was quite that bad, but... Although this thing's having trouble getting up to 9,000 feet. There we go, it's done it. So, hopefully, our airport is still 7 miles away, actually. And this thing's having trouble getting its vertical speed back down. to 0. Just doing it very slowly. There we go. We're managing it now. The altimeter is actually 3029 now. Over this hill, we should see our airport. We're currently 7 miles away from it. And we are now gaining speed rapidly. I'm probably going to push back on the throttle a little bit as we are approaching our approach. There it is, in fact. There's our approach. There we go. We've just been cleared to land. Nice. Been a bit of an interesting leg, this. It's part of the fun. It's been very interesting. That's for sure. Right, down to 8,000 now. At a very limited rate for now. Make sure we're good. I'm just going to go down to 6,000 for our arrival. We're doing pretty good now, getting ourselves on course. Let's go ahead and take the autopilot out now. And going flaps up, flaps 1. Flaps full actually. I'll get the gear down, we'll get this thing slowed down. We always have problems with going too quickly in this plane. It's an issue I always tend to have. Getting that ground speed below 100 knots for landing is very important, partially for small runways. Which we actually have a nice bright yellow runway here. But I don't seem to have that as an issue, luckily. We're getting below 110 knots now. We're doing okay though. Been quite an interesting flight this. We're getting below 100 knots now. That's better. Right, let's try and land this thing nice and smoothly. There was a weird engine audio glitch there. Happens when you go inside and outside. When you go, oh, I don't know why that happens. If you let go of the controls in this thing for just a second, it just dives when it's on full flaps. Like, I mean, that must be a glitch, right? I mean, if the real life plane does that, is that not like a bit dangerous? Like, you just let off the controls for 1 second and boom, you're in a dive. You know, that doesn't seem normal. Minus 190. Oh, nice. That's a nice landing in this thing. And then slow.
Mike Alpha Delta, turn next taxiway.
Stop the clock there. 13 minutes flight time. 1-3. Hello and welcome everybody to Bradshaw Air Force Base. We completed the first flight of today. Second last leg on this Hawaii tour, and then we'll be getting out and flying down to our final destination later on.
126.3 Beach, Mike Alpha Delta, Bradshaw ground, Beach, Oscar Echo.
I have to wait for clearance to which gate we're taking. There is 2 gates here. I don't know which one they're going to give me. They've given me this one, okay. Very small airport this, but it's one where they have ATC and all that, but I guess why not. Right, we'll spin it round and park it like that, as it just makes our job a little bit easier when getting out of here. And off go the engines, and there we go. All powered off, all done for the first flight of today. So I'll go ahead and stop recording that. It recognised it. Good. We flew 29 miles in the end, block time 23 minutes. That was because of that massive taxi. The taxi took 10 minutes, and then the flight took just over 10 minutes. And then we'll start the next flight. Cool. Next flight, put that into our overlay. Going to be from PHSF to PHMU. Yep, there we go. That's into the overlay. All good. Right, I'll get the flight set up for the next one now. So go ahead and go to Flight Planner. We are here on the ground in PHSF, and we're heading down to PHMU, which is Camuella, Vfr, direct. I don't know why it keeps giving us the crazy... Okay, we'll set a cruise altitude of 7,000. I'll try and avoid the craziest bits of the mountain. Maybe do that. Oh, we get to use the waypoint system now. Cool. Because I want to avoid that mountain. Cool. Cool. Save that. Glad I found out about the waypoint system now. It makes our life just a little bit easier, basically. It has extended our route. Our flight time is now 17 miles rather than 15. I mean, it hasn't really added much on, has it? It's just a little bit to help us avoid the main terrain. So we'll set this up to 7,000, which is what we're going to cruise at. It's not going to take us very long to get off the ground then. And how's the fuel looking? We have 51% in the tank. Absolutely perfect. Looks nice out here. What? I don't know. I'm not going to bother looking at what plane's flying now. Right, flaps 1 is set. And now we're going to go ahead and get out of here for the very last leg number 22 of this Hawaii VFR tour. The very last one, 9 weeks, 21 flights, led to this 22nd flight. Right, let's get this finished. Right, Control and E to turn on the engines, let them go on. Engine 1 started. Engine 2 started. That's for taxi, departing straight out, of course.
Red shot round, Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta, ready to taxi, departing straight out with uniform. Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta.
And let's taxi down to the runway.
Using taxiway, runway 9. Contact tower on 126.3 when ready. Taxiing hold short.
So we're going to taxi down to 27, which is that end of the runway. It doesn't really matter which end we were given. It's a pretty long taxi either way. Request take off clearance straight away.
Tower, Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta, ready for departing straight out at runway 27. Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta, clear for takeoff, runway 27, straight out departure approved. Clear for takeoff, runway 27. Beach, Mike, Alpha Delta.
Cool. Taxi down here now. And we will go ahead and contact the next airport straight away. Obviously, I'm using the new way. Not new. Nothing's new in this flight sim. It's all 15 years old. It's an old game. The thing is, I mean, it doesn't show its age that much, this game, I will be honest. It shows its age a bit, maybe, but I wouldn't say that much. It's a nice game. One thing I will say. Right, taxiing along the runway here. Taxiing along here now, we'll sort of spin it around here on this thing, and we'll get out of here, heading in a straight line, of course. And then we'll be out of here after that. So, yeah, using the waypoint system to our advantage. Right, get ourselves lined up on the runway. 40% is set. Start the clock and start the clock. There we go. Didn't start the first time. Away we go for the last flight on this lovely, lovely tour. Autopilot on. Let's see what the autopilot manages to do, like from takeoff. will it be able to take ourselves off at the right speed, or am I going to have to do that? I'm really intrigued by this. Why haven't I tried this before? Getting the plane to take us off itself. Okay, it doesn't do that. But there we go, just a little pull up on the throttle is all it needed. And then it puts us into the air. Off we go. Gear up. And flaps up, and then we go. That is us. Ready, following our route. All the way along. And we're getting up to our cruise altitude now. I'm not gaining speed that well. Oh, there we go. We're starting to gain it now, finally. This thing's vertical speed got messed up. Again. Right, we're almost at 7,000 now. So we'll keep going until I hit my waypoint, which is 5 miles out. And then I'll turn ourselves to the right to finally approach the airport. We'll wait until we get handed off from tower. And then I'll go ahead and contact our next airport, which I'm pretty sure will have a tower. Is it PHMU? Isn't it? PHMU.
Mike Alpha Delta, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Cool. And I'm going to turn a little bit before our waypoint, I think, as that looks a bit better. Still straight up, look, but I didn't. That little mound of terrain there wasn't put up, so we'll head like that. PHMU, there we go. Oh, they only have traffic. I thought they were a bit of a bigger airport. I did. They've got tons of like sort of procedures around their airport. Right, runway 04 it's probably going to be, and announce full stop landing.
Papa Hotel Mike.
There we go.
Traffic Beach Oscar Echo Mike Alpha Delta.
I got less than a mile away from my waypoint, but it's cross with me because I didn't quite pass it exactly. So it's like, you didn't pass it. I'm angry at you. Oh, there you go. It's just done it now. It's just flicked on. So cool. At 7,000, we can actually get down to 6,000 again now. And the QNH is probably going to start coming back down now. No, maybe not. Back up even. Right, we're 10 miles away. Not that far. Doing pretty good here, so head along our sort of set path here. I'll wait until I can see the airfield. Runway 4 is what we're currently planning. However, I don't see the airfield, unfortunately, due to these pesky clouds. Push back on the throttle a little bit, because we are getting quite a bit of speed, because we're descending a little bit. Which is partially sort of changing it.
Hotel Mike Uniform.
So 7 miles south. I can't yet see the airport though.
7 miles south, 6,000.
Right, down to 4,000 because the airport is at 2,600 feet. Is it? Yes, 2,600 feet. So down to 4,000. I think I see our airport. Yes, I do. Take control of the aircraft, and I'm going to start flying in for the last leg. Start powering down. Flaps 1 position. Gear can actually come down as well. I want to try and slow down. Get another decent landing like we had earlier. I mean, that was pretty nice. Was it minus 190? Pretty decent. And flaps full. Gears down now, everything's all ready to go. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves almost lined up with the runway. Alright, there's the runway, so we'll just head straight along the runway for now. And then we'll turn in and announce final. Obviously no tower or anything like that to deal with. I honestly thought, you know, for our final stream we'd have maybe a fairly big airport. It had a bunch of waypoints around it, so I thought, oh yeah, it must be fairly big, but nope. We finished off at an airport that doesn't even have a tower or anything like that, so, you know, well. We finished up in quite a big city last time. I think it was Vienna on the Alpine Valleys tour. We went from Nice to Vienna via tons of airports. That was great fun. That Alpine Valleys tour, very good fun. Anyway, let's get ourselves managed here, so we know what we're doing. Right, slow down the power now. I want quite a slow landing speed because we're gonna have to turn back once we land on the runway. So I want to try and make sure that we do that. We want to stop as soon as possible, really. We have got two lights on the ground that look pretty random. I mean, really only one of them should be Pappies. So, I don't really know what they are. This has been a bit of a messed up approach, hasn't there? Honestly, I'm meant to be doing it in style. It's the last one for a while, this. No, the last Hawaiian stream. Yeah, they're Pappies, but they're like separate. Okay. We're going about 100 knots though, unfortunately. Not too bad. Yeah, they're Pappies, but they're like in a different way to normal. Minus 208. Right, stop. Stop the clock there. 7 minutes. Not bad. And we will flick ourselves around. We never actually announced on final. Sorry. Doesn't really matter. There's no AI in the area. Anyway, there we go. Home welcome everybody to oh great, to Camuella Papa Hotel Mike Uniform Airport. And there we go, after 9 weeks, 22 legs, I don't know how many hours. I mean, generally these streams are about 45 minutes long. Remember that stream when we had technical difficulties? That wasn't great fun. And there we go, you know, we started out as well. It's a great thing to show the progression of this channel, this tour. Because if you remember, guys, we started out doing this tour, I had no overlay. Actually, no, I didn't have no overlay. Correction, I had the Project Fly overlay. Then it broke. And then I got this lovely overlay. I've started making my streams better. I can tell the quality of my streaming has got better. I don't know whether you guys have noticed, but I'm pretty sure it has. You know, it's great. And yeah, that is the end of 9 weeks. Come next Wednesday evening, we will have another lot of flights to be doing. Probably about 20 or 30 legs again, spread over about probably 10 weeks. But yeah, that is it for this Hawaiian VFR tour. I have thoroughly enjoyed flying around the lovely scenery of Hawaii. I've had some very nice scenery. And actually, it's really fitting that this airport has a hangar. I've never driven inside them. It seems a bit silly. But, since we're not, you know, actually this isn't a hangar. Oh, whatever, we'll drive inside it anyway. Oh, there's just, what? Okay, there's actually tarmac inside here. And a windsock, funnily enough. Oh, yeah, it is a hangar then. We came out the other side of the hangar. That looks way funny. Anyway, guys, on that odd ending, it's what I probably have to call that, we have finished the Hawaiian VFR tour. Full power. Like, how's that for a finish? Anyway, there we go, guys. All parked up, all finished. Here, go ahead and get our engines off, actually. And yeah, it's been an interesting 9 weeks. That's for certain. And we'll start it all again. Sorry, Beach Bound, I'm going to have to put you in the hangar for a little while. Our little Austrian-rated MAD plane has served as well. I have kept the registration on our next plane. It does still say OE MAD. Obviously, it's registered in Austria. We did that because we flew to Austria on the first tour, and then the MAD for Mad Chili. Also, OE is quite a nice reg because it's 2 letters. If we did a British one, it would be G and then dash, and then it couldn't be MAD. It would have to be 4 letters because registrations are always 5 letters, but it can be in different orders. This form, anyway. I think the American ones are more than 5 letters, and they have some weird, like in other parts of the world, they have like, I think it's A6 for Dubai, and then a code, like it's a bit, I don't know. Basically, every country has its own one. I quite like this one though. So yeah, we're putting this Beechcraft Baron in the hangar for a while. We will be taking another plane with us on the next tour, and I'm going to reveal to you guys in a video in 1 or 2 days' time saying what tour I have decided on, how many weeks it will be over, and of course what plane I have decided on. It is a plane with a very similar cruise speed to this, however it only has 1 engine. There's your hint. If any of you guys can work it out in the comments, I don't know, you guys obviously very good at aviation in that case. But there we go, all finished, all done with the Hawaiian VFR Tour 2018 it's actually called, it's that old. I'm going to go ahead and request Tour Award now on Fly UK. I will get an award attached to my account saying that I've done it. In fact, actually, you can just check for them now. Cool. And I have received it. There we go. Hawaii. As you can see, we finished the Flying Club Alpine Valleys tour on the 11th of March. So it's taking us, what, 2 months? April, May. Yeah, 2 months. Just 2 months and 2 days to complete this flight. Very good. Very good fun. And that is ours. Done. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I said, join us next week, 7 PM. I will be continuing this VFR flying in a different country and a different plane. As I said, guys, hint, very similar cruise speed to the Beechcraft Band 58, and it only has 1 engine. As I said, if any of you guys can work it out, I will give you I won't actually give you a prize. I don't have any prizes to give out. Oh, I would be pretty amazed if any of you guys could guess it. Obviously, it is in FSX as well. There's another clue. But anyway, guys, before I make it too easy for you to guess what we're doing next time, I will finish the stream. Don't want you guys going, oh, it's this plane. I'm not going to go give it away if you think I'm that dumb. I'm not. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed today's little bit of streaming. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next stream on Thursday afternoon, 1:15 PM UK time. We are going from Oslo down to Manchester in the Aerosoft Airbus A320. No ATC has been planned, although we might get ATC. And then, of course, on Saturday... Oh, great. On Saturday... Oh, yes, we are finishing off our virtual summer holiday that we took 2 weeks in Palma. Flying back from Palma, back to Gatwick in the 787-9. Getting some practice in that Boeing for next week. Next week is going to be Boeing 787 a week. I've already decided on what we're going to do next week. Just to tell you guys as well, I will mention it in all streams between now and next week. I am taking part in an 8-hour event between Lisbon and Dubai on VATSIN. Not this Friday, but the Friday after, which means I will not be streaming on Friday morning, Friday the 23rd, yes, 23rd of May. I will not be streaming, as, you know, I'm not going to stream my first long event. I want to see how it all works out, and then if it works out good, I might stream another one. I might stream the next one. The streams, I like to keep them 2.5 hours, 3 hours. I don't like talking for much longer than that. It also gets a bit boring for people watching if it's any longer than that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed today's stream. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye!